You're never gonna have true self-confidence if you out here trying to be like the next. You're gonna keep getting less because you're trying to do something that somebody else was put on this earth to do, and you're avoiding your own path. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Lealations. Today's topic was requested. Somebody actually DM'd me and asked me to speak about this, and I find that I get a lot of requests to speak about this topic. So today's video is all about self-confidence, and I'm going to be giving you 5 ways to rebuild your self-confidence. I'm super happy to create today's video because I feel like I give off confidence. I do consider myself a confident person. Through talking with my peers and through talking with you guys and through talking with my girls in my KISS community, I've learned that a lot of women struggle with self-esteem and self-confidence. I feel like a lot goes into it based off of your childhood experiences, your relationship experiences. A lot of things that happen in life can kind of knock your confidence down, but understand that confidence is something that can always be built back up again, even if you get knocked down. Even if life knocks you down or you have some type of situation that knocks down your confidence, you never want to stay in that low place. You want to be able to pick yourself back up, rebuild yourself, and come back 10 times stronger. I feel like people get self-confidence misconstrued because they associate it with having it all together. Self-confidence is not about having it all together. It's about being able to believe in yourself even in the face of adversity. Even when everything is going to hell, everything is going haywire, none of what you're experiencing is reflecting back to you what you want to see. Even in those situations where everything is feeling like it's coming crashing down around you, your self-confidence is what you lean into and what you focus on in order to give yourself the courage to keep going or to try again or to rise above whatever the occasion is. I come off as confident. I do consider myself a very confident person, but even someone like me, certain things can make my self-confidence take a hit as well. Nobody is immune to life. There will be certain times and certain situations and certain experiences that knock you down a little bit, that may make you take 10 steps back, even if you just took 5 steps forward. It's all about having the resilience and the know-how to be able to rebuild your self-confidence and lean into faith over fear. Don't think that just because someone is confident or has this confident aura about them that they don't have down days as well. What people tend to do is put confident people on a pedestal, and they think that people who are confident can just take everything and take anything and go through anything and come out 10 times stronger, which 9 times out of 10 they can, but just because they can doesn't mean that what they're going through isn't affecting them or doesn't affect them. You know what I mean? Let's be real. Confidence is just you blindly believing in yourself. It's you having the utmost, unwavering, unshakable faith in yourself and your power to be able to overcome whatever life throws at you, okay? Understand that confidence is you being able to walk into a room with all of the top people, and for you to be able to know that no matter what you have on, what you don't have on, no matter how you look, how you don't look, no matter what your possessions are, that you belong in that room, that you're on the same level as the people in that room energetically, because it's not about what's on the outside. It's about what is going on internally. It's about your vibration. It's about your self-concept. It's about who you genuinely and truly believe yourself to be. Self-confidence is all within your control. Don't think that self-confidence is something that is not in your control. That is why it is called self-confidence, because you yourself control how you feel about yourself. People may come in with their own judgments, with their own ideas about you. They may try to implant their thoughts about you within your head. But at the same time, you have the power to either accept what people are saying to you. You have the power to accept people's opinions about you and adopt them and integrate them into your own self-concept and your own beliefs about yourself, or you can reject them. You don't have to accept everything that somebody believes about you. You don't have to subscribe to other people's ideas about you. You don't have to subscribe and buy into what people are saying about you, because at the end of the day, you need to know who you are. You're not who people tell you you are. You are who you choose to be, who you decide to be, what you decide to believe about yourself. Self-confidence is your faith in yourself. And when you truly believe in yourself, you know that no matter what room you step into, you are that bitch. Why? Because you have a high level of self-confidence. You know that no matter who you put next to, you can hold your own weight. Why? Because you have self-confidence. Why? Because you know yourself. Why? Because you know what makes you unique. Why? Because you're not out here trying to be a carbon copy of the next bitch. Okay? But in order to be able to do that and have true self-confidence, you have to be who you are. You can't be out here trying to be like whoever is the most popular because you think that's what's going to get you attention. You have to be who you are. You have to be who you came on this earth to be. And you can't be that person if you're focused on everything outside of you and focused on how somebody else is getting it and focused on how somebody else is moving and focused on somebody else's path. You came here to walk down your path, not their path. So I feel like a lot of y'all have issues with self-confidence because you out here trying to be like the next bitch, and then you wonder when you're doing everything like the next bitch and you're not getting the same results, you think something is wrong with you. Nothing is wrong with you. Actually, you know what? Something is wrong with you. You think that you walking their path is going to get you the same results when you're not meant to walk their path. You're unfocused. You focused on somebody else's garden when you should be too busy watering your own. You focused on what kind of plants somebody else got in their garden, how beautiful their garden is, how they doing it, how they planting their seeds, when you need to be focused on your garden, pulling the weeds out of your garden, figuring out what the ecosystem is like in your garden, figuring out what plants bloom, what plants you do like, what plants you don't like, what you want to get rid of, what you want to add more of. That's what you need to be focused on. But you so busy looking at somebody else's garden that you can't even take the time to focus on your own. And when you focus on your own and you nurture your own and you build your own, that is how you have self-confidence, because you've done the work, because you've fallen in love with yourself, because you've gotten to know yourself. You can't be confident in yourself if who you are is somebody else. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? I hope you are. You cannot be confident in yourself if who you are and who you strive to be is somebody else. You cannot take somebody else's destiny and make it your own. You could try to do what they do, but at the end of the day, you don't have their essence. So it's not going to work out the same way for you. You got to focus on what makes you special. You got to focus on your God-given talents and your gifts. You got to focus on how you can bring value to the world personally, how you could transmute your own experiences and your knowledge to add value and to give value to other people. That's what you have to be focused on. That is how you have true self-confidence. You're never going to have true self-confidence if you out here trying to be like the next bitch, because you're going to keep getting less because you're trying to do something that somebody else was put on this earth to do, and you're avoiding your own path. Me personally, I am a very confident person, but I too have had situations in my life where my confidence was knocked down and I had to rebuild myself back up. There was this one situation, and a lot of people don't know this. I'm sharing this publicly for the first time. So feel special, because you are at this moment. There was a time where my confidence really took a hit. And it was in, I believe the year was 2021, or it was 2022 actually. Yeah, the year was 2022. I was going through the casting process of being a model for Pretty Little Thing. It's a very popular e-commerce brand. Like, you know, Pretty Little Thing, they're one of the top dogs. So this is back when I used to primarily model, before I did influencing or YouTube or anything like that. And I got casted for Pretty Little Thing. I went to LA and I did the whole process of the shooting, the test shoot and everything, just to see if I would be a good fit for them, if I was gonna work on camera, etc, etc, etc. I let that opportunity hold so much weight because I was so excited about it, and I just felt like at the time when I was primarily just modeling, I felt like that was like a big break in a sense for me. So because I gave that opportunity so much power, whenever I didn't get the call back, my self-confidence took a big hit, because I began to have negative thoughts like, wow, I didn't get the call back. Does this mean I should stop modeling? Does this mean that this isn't meant for me? Does this mean that I'm not good enough to model for the brand? Does this mean that I'm not good enough to model for anybody, period? Should I just hang it up flat screen? Like, you know, the self-depreciating thoughts started coming in. And oftentimes that's what happens when you experience some form of rejection. Not getting that call back really stung for me personally. It made me start questioning if I was good enough in the modeling world. At that time, I felt so unsure about myself, and it was really hard to shake that feeling. What really helped me personally was having a safe space to work through my feelings, and having a safe space to vent, and having people in my life who supported me and who remind me of who I was even when I was feeling down in that moment. And a lot of people don't have close friendships in their life or close familiar relationships with people who can play that role for them. And I feel like if you don't have anybody in your life personally who could play that role for you, then therapy can provide that space for you. It's a place where you can share what's on your mind without judgment. Therapy is not just a place for people dealing with intense anxiety or depression. Therapy is a powerful tool for personal growth. With today's sponsor, BetterHelp, starting therapy is easier more now than ever. You just fill out a quick questionnaire, and within a few days, you are matched with a therapist that meets your needs. Plus, if the first therapist that you're matched with isn't the right fit, then you can switch as many times as you need to until you get a therapist that you vibe with. They'll help you reaffirm your self-confidence. They'll help remind you of who you are in your times of worry or your times of self-doubt. Everyone needs someone in their life that can help pick them up when they're down so that they can rebuild their self-confidence. BetterHelp even has features like their built-in journal that'll aid you in your self-reflection. And they have group sessions on topics that may matter to you, topics that you may be facing in your day-to-day life. It's truly designed to help support your emotional and your mental well-being. So if you're ready to start the journey of rebuilding your self-confidence and prioritizing yourself, then visit BetterHelp.com or click the link in my description box to get 10% off of your first month of therapy. Know that taking that first step can be life-changing, and taking that first step is a signal to yourself that you're taking your self-mastery journey and your journey to self-growth and rebuilding your self-confidence seriously. Understand that rejection oftentimes can feel personal, but it's not personal. Rejection is redirection. You need to change your mindset and your mind frame from rejection being a bad thing to rejection being a good thing. Because if something is not for you, the quicker it gets out of your way and the quicker you're able to let go, the quicker you are able to get more in alignment with the correct path for you, with the correct people for you, and the correct opportunities for you. Now, my next tip for rebuilding your self-confidence is to set small but achievable goals. Whenever I experienced that rejection from that opportunity, it felt like a setback. But what really helped me get back on track with rebuilding my self-confidence was focusing my energy on something else that I could control. I started to focus on building my personal platforms. I started to focus on doing what I could to build up my social media, my Instagram page, my TikTok page. I started focusing on creating more valuable and more high quality content that gets me noticed by more brands so that I can continue to get more opportunities that are more in alignment with me, because I couldn't let that one rejection or that one setback make me not want to try again at all. Like, I just used that energy and I used those negative emotions to help me keep going. I transmuted the negative energy into something more positive. Once that didn't work out, I was like, okay, so I'm still going to model, but I'm going to kind of put that on the side now. I'm still going to take all of my opportunities and do all of these campaigns and things like that. But you know what? This isn't what I chalked it up to be for me personally. So I'm going to take my talents elsewhere, and I'm going to focus on building my own personal platform so that I could later build a business that feeds off of these personal platforms, which is exactly what I did. So I set small achievable goals. Obviously, I didn't get from here to there overnight, but I set small achievable goals, like just making sure that I was consistent with my content, that I was putting out valuable content, entertaining content, whatever it is that I wanted to do at the time, making sure that I was getting it done. And once I shifted my focus and I started focusing on what I could control, and I transmuted that energy and I started seeing success from those other things, it really helped reinstill and reaffirm and rebuild my self-confidence, because that showed me that that rejection wasn't the end of me. And it also showed me that I can overcome anything, even if it feels like the worst thing in the world at the moment. Anything can be overcome. Another thing that helped me and that can help you is affirming your strengths. Doing things like affirmations and journaling can really help reinforce your sense of self-worth. So I would write affirmations in my journal. I would make an affirmation my lock screen on my phone, on my laptop. I would write affirmations on sticky notes and put them on my mirror in my bathroom. And I made sure I had a routine where I was saying these affirmations to myself daily, and not just saying them just to say them, really truly believing them. And what helped me to believe them was me setting those small goals and me achieving them, because I got that sense of validation, like, oh no, I really can do what I put my mind to. I really am living what I rap about, in a sense. Like, I really am that girl, because it's like, yeah, this didn't work out, but this is working out 10 times better. If you're going to do affirmations, you have to actually try in life, and you have to give yourself the room and the space and the opportunity for life to reflect back to you who you really are. You can't just be saying, I am wealthy, I am successful, but sitting on the couch and not doing shit. You know what I'm saying? You got to be saying things like, I am wealthy, I am successful, and actually putting in the groundwork to build something that brings you success and that brings in wealth and that brings in money and currency. You have to put yourself in the field with it. You got to put yourself in position. Faith without works is dead. It makes no fucking sense, okay? You can't be all yin, no yang. You have to affirm, yes. You have to believe, yes. You have to visualize, yes. But you also have to put in the work. And the work doesn't have to be hard work, but you got to do a little something. My next tip is to surround yourself with positivity. The worst thing that you could do is to surround yourself with the type of people who let life knock them down and they stay down. That's the last person you should be around, especially when you're in a more vulnerable place, when your confidence is just taking a hit. No. You don't need to be around people like that. You need to be around positive people. You need to be around optimistic people. You need to be around people who know and have a high level of resilience. You need to be around people who see the light within you and remind yourself of that light that you have within you, who reflect it back to you. You get what I'm saying? You need to be around those types of people, not the pessimistic people, not the woe is me people, not the people that are always the damsel in distress. Fuck no. Stay away from them. Period, point blank. Stay away from them. Misery loves company. The last thing you need to do is be around miserable ass people. Get them the fuck out of here now. Immediately. And I mean that. I don't care if they're your family. I don't care if it's your best friend. Put them on ice until you get yourself together, because if you around that while you already in a low and vulnerable place, that's just going to drag you down deeper into it. You need to stay away from that at this time. You need to stay away from it, period, but especially at a time like this. You need to be in uplifting environments. You need to be in environments that are conducive to your growth. You need to be in spaces and in places that make you feel good, that make you feel worthy, that make you feel higher, like that bring you up, that lift you up, not spaces and environments that put you down. Don't be around the people that are just letting life happen to them. The people that are just, woe is me, going with the flow in a poverty mindset. Don't be around that. You need to be around the movers and the shakers. You need to be around the people that's making shit shake. You need to be around the people that's making life their bitch. Not the people that's letting life walk all over them and drag them through the mud and just sitting there taking it because they have no courage or no self-belief or no self-confidence to do something different and actually make something of themselves. Know that you need to be in more positive environments on and offline. Don't be online following all them fucking T pages. I really think that that's a character flaw. I genuinely do. You over here buying into everybody else's drama while your own life is looking a hot fucking mess. How the fuck does that work? How you gonna hate from the outside of the club? You can't even get in. You don't need to be online in these lowly environments. You don't need to be consuming content that is about very root chakra things like fighting and gossip and beef and who fucking who baby daddy and who doing what to who and da 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 da. All of the low vibrational, low self-esteem shit. The posts where girls be on TikTok like, only if he will want me. Bitch, he need to be worried about if you want him. What are we talking about? Let's keep it a buck. I'm tired of that shit. I never want to see no shit like that ever again in my life. That shit should be a criminal offense. Jail time. Get the cuffs. Because there should be no reason in hell that you should be consuming content like that. Consuming content that feeds into your paranoia. Consuming content that feeds into your self-deprecation. No. You need to be consuming content that uplifts you, that inspires you, that makes you feel good, that makes you laugh. And if violence makes you laugh, then you have a fucking problem. Yeah, I'm looking at y'all. Everybody that watch baddies. If you find that entertaining, stay the fuck away from me. Cause baby, we don't ball in the same league, okay? We are in two different areas of the body. You down here in the root, and I'm up here in the heart. Call me when you can rise up. Because, no. Last but not least, when it comes to rebuilding your self-confidence, you need to focus on growth and not perfection. Y'all let perfection paralyze you. Everything is not going to be perfect. That is the beauty of life. You are more than likely going to experience some adversity and some things that knock you down a couple pegs, but that's necessary because all it's going to do is it's going to help you develop thick skin, and it's going to help you be resilient, so that way whenever you face situations that normally would knock down your confidence, you won't experience that anymore. Why? Because you've gone through the gutter and you understand how to pull yourself out of it, and a lot of shit can't knock you down. I feel like because we live in a world that promotes instant gratification, a lot of people have a very, very hard time when things aren't perfect or aren't easy off bat. You have to get your hands dirty sometimes. You have to experience the more gruesome, negative parts of emotions in life in order to come out stronger and come out better and come out on top. That's just how shit is. It's okay to have both experiences. That makes you more well-versed anyways. You need to be okay with making mistakes. I don't want to say that you need to be okay with negative experiences, but you need to understand that life comes with the bad just as much as life comes with the good. But you have the power to take the good and not take the bad. Like, you're going to experience both, but you don't have to identify with both. But if you only know how to identify with perfection, then you're going to have a very, very, very hard time moving through life and being successful, because you're going to beat yourself up and be very self-deprecating when things aren't going perfect, or when things don't look perfect, or when you're not exhibiting or being this perfect person. It's about growth. It's about experience. Life is about learning. It's not about perfectionism. So my loves, that brings me to the end of today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope that you found some value in today's video, and I wish you luck on your journey to rebuilding your self-confidence. As always, it's been a pleasure speaking to you, and if you want more me, if you want more Leah, then make sure that you join my Patreon community, KISS, where I will be dropping exclusive content, exclusive videos, and where you could talk to me personally about whatever it is that you have going on, and you could get advice from me on your specific situation. So if you want to join KISS, then the link to join is in my description box below. But as always, it's been a pleasure speaking with you guys, and I can't wait to talk to you in the next video. Bye.